Welcome to this episode of What's Happening Waupaca. I am Joni Kern. Today on our show, we are going to be talking about something that I think is really interesting, and that is a film that was made by the Wega Arts. So what we're going to do is we have Ian here today. Welcome, Ian. We have Amanda. Welcome. And we have Kathy. So let's start talking a little bit about the Wega Arts Board and Arts Organization. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Let's start talking a little bit about the Wega Arts Organization and what it does.
Well, Wega Arts was formed 10 years ago. Kathy and I have a long history in the arts. We met actually in New York City doing theater and film, and I grew up in Wisconsin, and we moved back here about 20 years or so ago. And we got involved with other stuff, and then the Gerald Opera House came up for sale, and well, maybe this is an opportunity to get back into the arts. So we purchased the Gerald Opera House and formed the Wega Arts Organization, which we refer to as Wega Arts. And we started doing some renovations and repairs and putting on shows. And our main focus is doing new works involving and educating youth. Mm-hmm. We did a series of one-acts, all original one-acts, and we've done some original musical reviews, and now this year is going to be, I think, is it our 7th year for the Wega International Film Festival. We get filmmakers from all over the world, and
you should mention that we house many of them here in Waupaca.
Oh yeah, we usually house them in Waupaca because we don't have any hotels in Wega. Yet. They're coming someday.
You bet.
So anyhow, and we did another film workshop early on in Wega Arts, and so and we've done all sorts of different theater games, art classes for kids,
Sure.
different things involving kids. And the goal was last year we said, well, I think it's time we do another film workshop, and because we both have a film background, we've worked on films, and so we decided to do a film workshop last summer utilizing local high school kids. And then the idea came about, well, let's do something that has some, significance and maybe make a change in the community. So the idea came up, well, let's do something addressing the heroin and opioid situation. And so Kathy wrote a script, and the story is called Heroes Rising, and it's about a group of high school kids that hang out, and then they soon discover that some of them in their group have some serious drug problems, and additionally there's a catalyst, a solar flare, and so they get
don't give too much away.
But they get superpowers, and so using their superpowers, they stand up and confront their friends, and they confront the community to do something about this problem.
Okay. So we're going to go from that because that's a great encapsulation of the movie. Amanda, you starred in the movie.
Yes.
And what was your name in the movie?
Samantha.
Samantha. So tell me a little bit about, from a personal point of view, what it was like to do. Have you done film before? Was this comfortable for you, or was this brand new?
This is my first film I've worked on. I've done a lot of theater at the Gerald and in school.
So this was the first film. So how many people were there involved with the film as far as actors?
Students, probably 15 involved with the film.
Okay. So what role did you play?
I was more of the villain.
Oh, were you?
Of the movie, yes.
Was that fun?
It was new to do that side of things.
Mm-hmm. So how did the kids feel about doing a film about heroin opioid problem that is really truly so prevalent, not only in Waupaca, but also in Wega?
I think a lot of us felt it was important to send the word out, and then coming from teens, if there would be teens using, it's more personal on that level.
So did you deal at all with, we all see those films where everything is very real. Did you try to deal with it at all on a level which showed what could happen if you were a drug addict?
There isn't a case in the movie where there's an overdose, which makes more of the real aspect of it.
So what did the superheroes do, and what did you do as a villain?
As the villain, well, the heroes wanted to stand up for heroin addiction, but I was more on the side of don't do that, stay with the drug.
Sure, okay. So how long is the movie?
It's about 25 minutes.
All right, so that's a good length for people to watch. So now what we're doing, the film was made last summer. What you're doing now, and we are still able to see it from time to time. You told me, Kathy, that it's going to be showing, but you're more in the outreach part of
Do you mean me personally?
what?
Or you mean the organization? It's a matter of the time, it's not me personally. But anyway, I wanted to address the fact that we also had involved with us Jesse Heffernan, who's was very involved with all of the Waupaca task force, heroin task force issues, and he worked hard with us. And that we are grateful to the Waupaca Area Community Foundation for a substantial grant which help make this possible.
They're a wonderful organization.
That's for sure.
Yes.
And we are now in the process of generating a workbook that will go with the movie. And we've screened at one school, and we will be screening at another school, and these are sort of beginning pilot screenings. And from here, we're planning to get the film out to hopefully all schools, and particularly middle schools, because we feel that this is a good time for kids to start learning how to make a constructive choice for themselves and to become people who see themselves as leaders in their community and who can fight back against problems and help other people. So we want to get it out. We're working on that. We have a lot of work to do because that's not a small goal. But that's something that we're going to be working on this summer.
It's really admirable that an organization like the Wega Arts is moving forward to try to help the community and to help the people in the community. I mean, I think that's not something that I hear about a whole lot, but it's something I enjoy hearing about, that there is that much outreach, because I think it's important to try to reach kids. I mean, did it at all, Amanda, with you change any of your attitudes about drugs, or did it open your eyes to it at all?
It definitely opened my eyes to it. On a personal level, I haven't seen the problem, but during this film, I definitely learned a lot more about the issue.
That's good. Well, thanks, Ian, Amanda, and Kathy, for being on the show today.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate your time, and I'll look forward to seeing the film, hopefully, in the future.
May I mention that we're going to be screening it at the Gerald June 8th for the community, so please feel free to join us. We'd love to have you.
June 8th at the Opera House in Wega.
That'll be
So,
the
terrific
third screening for audiences. It was at the Wildwood Film Festival in March, and at the Gerald, the premiere was in January at the Gerald.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us for this episode of What's Happening in Waupaca. I am Joni Kern, and I'll see you next time.